The mullet are mulleting.
They're here, and they're just, it's like us starving and going to a buffet, and it's like, let's eat.
What are you throwing? What are you doing over there?
Imagine being in a boat watching a guy just stroking them, and then he's like, yo, can I get a water?
Line frayed, like,
And he's picking off little shrimp.
I never in a million years.
would have thrown that.
Those fish sometimes lose their mind. How'd it go, Caleb? Going
Those redfish.
mullet jumping in the boat. It would be like National Geographic.
Yes, sir. Welcome, guys, to another episode here. Where are we at?
Six.
Six, seven, 8. It's going to be a blur in a little bit. This week, we're talking Mullet Run. It's here. It's an East Coast thing. It's happening. It's one of our favorite times in the world to fish. These guys have been at it for the past couple days. Mullet finally kind of entered our areas. They're up north. They've been up north for the past week or two. We had a nice push, like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago.
Mid-August, earliest we've ever seen it.
Super early.
Yeah.
Quick little push of mullet. Not a lot of great reports, but people caught them. And then now they showed up. So,
And it's going off.
Just explain what the mullet run is for people that don't know.
Yeah.
There you go. Dumb it down.
go explain it. I don't know what a mullet run is.
The mullet are mulleting.
They were mulleting.
Yeah, they were mulleting.
No, right now is our fall mullet run. So the migration starts out of state, and they start going south, and they'll go all the way down to the Keys, go around and wrap around. And this is probably my favorite time of the year to fish. Besides summer, chasing big fish, this is some of the funnest, most
I like
epic.
this more.
Yeah, I love it.
Last year, our sickest bite was the mullet run bite.
Yeah.
The big fish, a 30-pounder, multiple 25s, all in one night, all on top of water.
Yeah, it was like 3 years ago. That was our.
Yeah, some shit.
It was better than the summer.
No, it was the sickest bite.
But it's a migration that happens. It starts off finger mullets. Sometimes they're 3 inches, sometimes they're 4 inches, and you get trickles of it. Then the mullet get bigger and bigger, and it could be some of the most epic fishing you've ever seen. It's
And frustrating. Like just watching
oh
those
yeah.
fish.
Some nights you're just like, I can't even get a damn bite, and that's when I'll just sit and just watch it because it's cool as shit.
Yeah. You guys were out last night. Tell us a little bit about what was happening. I was just looking at videos, some of the most epic.
Mini cannonballs going off.
Yeah,
all
just
night.
they're losing their minds doing backflips, like
Cartwheels.
yeah, insane. So at one point of the night, it was too much mullet. Like we were reeling our KTail little mullet through the bridge, and there's so much mullet, they're jumping and they're hitting our line that they're pushing our line down, and you can't even feel the mullet. But sick.
Yeah, that's a real thing, right? Too much mullet.
When there's too much mullet, it's hard. It's really hard to get a bite. Some of our best nights we've had is when there's like in between mullet. You get like little waves of them, and a wave and a wave. When it's just full acres of mullet, it's just like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
That's why that like shadow line works better. So last night they were kind of sitting on the backside, and that's aggravating when they do that.
It
But
is.
when they're flushing through a shadow line. That's when it's
Yeah.
the best it can be. I think.
Yep. But too is like it's more or less, it's a little bit the same thing. I notice when you sit and wait for mullet to start coming, and then you cast reel, and I'm like, oh, you're gonna get hit. Boom, gets hit right away.
Yeah, following those little pods as they're coming into the light, and making sure you cast with them. Sometimes even scare them and freak them out, and then your bait is the only one left there.
Caleb was doing some new shit last night. Well, we went up current.
Look at his face.
We were up current, and he was fishing a big mullet, so casting down current underneath the bridge, and he's just holding it and just like yo-yoing it, and the little mullets there just going boom, boom, boom.
Remember the first time we took Danny fishing?
Yeah.
With us, and he was fishing all the backside of the current with the little mullet, and he caught like a tarpon before anybody got it. He was proud of himself there.
No, there is something about that little mullet with those tarpon. Those tarpon love that little mullet. Yeah.
if there's a tarpon there, he's eating it.
Tell me about the big mullet tactic you were doing.
I showed Brandon a little too much, apparently. No, and the guy what's the guy's name that on the West Coast that was reeling the KTail?
Oh, the kayak guy.
Yeah. Brandon, you got him that way last night.
I did.
Yeah.
Literally first try. I'm like, let me try what this guy's doing. Boom.
Yeah.
It's that ripping and stop, rip and stop. So like, there's noise there. The snook hear it, goes, stops, and they got time to inhale it.
And I was playing around with that, and sometimes when you do rip it fast, you get like a quick little gurgle
Yeah.
on top.
Well, we seen it last night. Like there was a point where it did slow down a little bit. We couldn't get a bite. Caleb put a top water on and just clack, 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 clack. And they hear that clacking, and they just all came up. Boom, and got hit right away.
Next cast, Brandon ripped that KTail. And
Yeah.
boom. Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That is dope.
But it's neat. When a lot of times when it just goes off, I like just sitting there watching them. Because you learn a lot when you're just sitting there watching them.
From sitting there watching them on the shadow lines, what have you picked up on? Like, give us a little insight on that. Like, what have you picked up on from Snook?
When they come up. So a lot of times they will sit like 2-3 feet down. If 1 or 2 mullet pass by, or 3 or 4, they kind of won't come up. If a school of like 20 plus come up, then they come up, and there's a higher chance that they're going to eat something. So a lot of times I won't even cast until that bigger pod comes up. Once they're up, I'll make that cast. Boom, he'll eat it.
And it'll look like there's not a fish there.
They're all
just sitting 3-4 feet under the surface when it's dirty, like just deep enough where
Yeah.
you don't even know they're there until the mullet, and you're like, where there was really 20 snooks sitting just subsurface there.
No, it was last night. If you would have got there when we left, you wouldn't have known a snook was there.
Yeah.
I mean,
it turned off like a light switch.
Yeah.
It completely went off.
What are you doing about the tides? Because at least in my experience, I've seen that a change of tide could completely shut it off. What's like your go-to?
I mean, you can get burned right now. Like, you can go fishing outgoing and there be no mullet, and then you leave, and then the incoming goes off. That's what you got to be fishing both tides this time of year.
Or even
That's something
we've
about the
seen it
mullet
plenty
run.
of times where the night before we them up on outgoing, go there the next night all excited we're gonna mess them up, and there's
Not
no
a
mullet.
fish. Yeah.
I think incoming is your safest bet though on Mullet Run.
Yeah,
I
some of
lean-
the best nights we've had is incoming tide.
I'll lean towards incoming, and then a tide change, like beginning of incoming or end of incoming. It just depends on where you are relevant to maybe the inlet or inland or where the fish are. But that's one of the coolest things about the mullet run. It's the one night the mullet could not be there, and then you go there the next night
And it's going off.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And when those fish find the mullet, that's because there could be mullet coming by and the fish really haven't found them yet.
Well, the bridge we fished last night, I fished the night before with Bobby, and there was more bigger fish, more slot fish. Went back with Caleb the next night. There were still some big fish around, less slot fish, but a lot more smaller fish. So any fish that was around the night before, they probably followed the mullet. They stay in the one spot, and it's probably tomorrow night or tonight will be more fish, maybe more small fish.
Were the mullet small?
All sizes.
Yeah, probably 80% were 4 or 5 inch, and then the rest were
Yeah.
like 10, 12 inch.
Because I've seen it with the schools of just the Mondo mullet, and you can't be a snook that's a slot in there trying to compete.
Yeah.
Like they're all big ones chasing them, that's a really sick bite. That's just a luck thing. Like a lot of the mullet run is just luck. It's just going out there fishing, seeing where the fish are at, seeing where the mullet are at. Is there too much mullet? Is there not enough mullet? Is there no mullet? But the safe thing to say is like that kind of in between, that trickle of you can't have it where it's just acres of mullet nonstop. Like
Yeah,
you're
it's
just
really hard.
you're like 1 in 10,000. But that sweet spot where there's little pods of 10 to 20 mullet coming through the shadow line, that's when we've seen our best success.
And that's the success of how we're catching them on top.
Yeah.
With the little mullet or KTail, like sight fishing them on top on the shadow line. There's ways you could catch them suspended or on the bottom.
And we have.
Yeah.
When the bite dies on top, you could catch them on bottom.
Yep.
And then you're doing the regular fishing. Or a lot of times even suspended. Like we were saying, when they
yeah.
set up a couple feet under the shadow line, you're fishing a super light half-ounce head, or but with the 5-inch. With a 5 or 8, you're fishing a half-ounce head or a 3/4 ounce head and just kind of bringing it subsurface. And there's a ton of different lures that are just subsurface lures that you could get them with. Really good when they're doing that.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But my favorite is when they're coming up and there's 20 fish coming up on a pot of 10 mullet, and you have your little mullet there in the mix of it. And some of our funnest nights going out there were like watching you tandem rig them with the little mullets. Like
Caleb threw a tandem rig last night. Broke off on a unit. Smoked him.
Yeah,
Thing still swimming around like dangling a little mullet on the side of him.
I played around with it the other night. Like I kind of fished my whole area, and I was like, all right, well, time to put the double rig on, and went back over the same area, and we'll show it a little bit tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say the double rig. That's a new thing, huh?
Yeah, it
never
works.
Really, yeah.
It works.
Yeah, Brandon was playing around with that like 3-4 years when we first.
When
had
they got
that
a little
mullet.
finicky and there's less, I noticed when there was less mullet around, one will go by the shadow line, he'll get one's attention, and then your next one comes in, and then he has time to go and eat it. So,
I remember he first did that when we first made the big mullet.
yeah.
And then you were even playing around with like a little mullet and a big mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick.
We'll have to do like a how to rig. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Caleb was rigging it a little different than I was. And
Yeah.
that was pretty sick.
What were you doing with it?
Basically, just doing an overhand with 2 tag ends, tying to the overhand. I should have Alberto knotted the overhand loop at top, and
Yep.
then 2 tag ends, and it worked fine. It
Yeah.
eliminates the swivel.
Yeah.
you know?
So you got a leader tag in,
Okay.
like looped it. So you have a loop, and then you Alberto it, and then you could adjust
Yeah.
how long.
I like
On the fly, it worked. Going back to like what you said about what you've learned in shadowline fish, the coolest thing I think I've learned is watching pressured fish from a bridge, knowing fish get fish from the top, is how they will not eat a bait coming the same way, obviously. And like to say a shadowline where they get fish from the top a lot, I've noticed lately doing a sideways presentation, especially if the mullet are doing that, because the mullet will go up and down shadow lines a lot, and that's the way they're feeding on them, and they're used to seeing a bait 1,000 times right in their face.
Yep.
If you're able to get on that angle where you're actually doing with the mullet, I mean, it can be.
They'll smoke it.
Yeah, it can be from no bites to 10 bites.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I rarely ever caught a fish doing opposite of what the mullet were doing.
Right.
Like rarely ever. So yeah, 100%. That catching that angle, and a lot of those bridges where you're getting like a side current anyways, it's kind of like at a 45 degree.
Especially on the ends, yeah.
Being able to present that mullet coming with the current.
And we'll see it when we fish, and we'll hit certain spots, and we're like, you can tell these fish have been messed with.
Yeah.
Like they'll come up to it and just be like, they'll look at it and go down, and they'll look at it, go down. And
One of the hardest things for me when I was first fishing the little mullet is getting used to how they wanted it presented. Like it was so weird for me to just rip a bait all the way till you get to the shadow line, and right when you get to the shadow line, you just stop it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep.
And you just let it kind of drift through that shadow line. And you see the mullet do it. Like they'll scurry right up to the shadow line and then stop there for a second.
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of sneak through like, is there anybody home?
yeah, they're sneaky.
And but that's what the snook wanted. And I was always wanting to like twitch it more than I should have wanted to twitch it.
100%.
It's just like when I was growing up fishing the bait buster. You fish the bait buster the same way in the shadow line as you would crank it to the shadow line and just let it
Stop.
fall.
Yep.
And same with topwaters. I mean, we've seen it so
Same
many
shit.
nights with topwaters where you get that, you're walking it and pull them up to the top, and then you just bring it straight in and they eat it like that so many times.
And a bait buster, OG, still a great subsurface bait.
Oh, yeah.
Like we'll smoke them on a bait buster.
Some
It just does
some nights
something.
you can't beat it.
Does something different. A lot of baits, very little baits do.
Doesn't make sense, but it
Caleb
works.
has smoked my ass with that thing.
So even the tarpon guys over, it's a badass bait.
Yep.
You know,
Mark knew what he was doing when he built that one.
Yeah, he did.
most everything. Yeah, shout out to them. There's one of the first Florida lure makers specifically for the type of fishing that we like to do. That was like big inspiration to us, where from him there was really nobody else outside of DOA that made anything specifically for Florida inshore fishing. So that's how we started. That's what we focus on, and it's pretty cool to see, people really give a shit again. Last night, what was the ticket?
Last night there really wasn't.
Well, you could tell you would catch them on one thing, and you kind of had. I say the most consistent though was 5-inch KTail,
5-inch KTail and 7-inch
big mullet.
Yeah, and big mullet.
Yeah.
But you'll make 15, 20 casts. First couple casts, boom, boom, you'll get hits or catch them. Then you're casting there, nothing. Yeah. Switch it up to something different. First cast, boom.
Damn.
Yep. They're smart, man. Those snook are smart. They get used to seeing shit, and
it wasn't even. It couldn't even. It was weird. It wasn't even about what bait it was. It was more about the size of it. Like you could throw the 5-inch KTail and the 5-inch little mullet, or whatever, same size bait. But if you went up to a 7-inch bait, first cast, boom.
Yeah.
Or you went down. He went down to the 4-inch KTail, boom,
boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Switching it up on them.
Yeah. And cadence, like some nights they want a little faster. Some nights you just once you dial in that speed, or you find out when to stop it or don't stop it. Once you dial that cadence down, just keep doing that shit.
And the little bridge that I saw you guys fishing, like there's just only so many fish there, so they could,
There was a lot of fish there. Caleb kept saying, "Bro, but how many fish you think are in this stall?"
It sounded like there was 50 fish right there in front of us. I'm like, how is this possible?
But it's not like the span of a giant bridge that we may fish that has 1,000 fish there.
No, you can cast across that one.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
It's tiny.
But those fish seeing the same bait.
Yeah. And they fished them the night before. Bobby just wore them out until the sun came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this time of year you'll get waves.
Yeah.
And then there's fish that probably fed so heavy the day before.
They're out.
They're probably down there
resting.
chilling and tonight they'll be back. So you're constantly like those spots are getting refreshed.
Waves of new fish going in.
Yep.
Yeah. A pot of fish from the inlet follow mullet all the way back to there and then stage up.
Exactly.
That's how it happens, in my opinion.
Yeah, it does. 100%. They follow them.
Yeah.
I've seen it like growing up fishing the piers. When those first couple pods of mullet come by, those snook come out from under the pier, ambush them, and just keep following them down the beach. And the snook are gone from the pier. I've literally seen that shit.
100%.
You've done more of that style of fish. I haven't really like chased pods and followed snook, but I know you have.
Yeah, Jose's
beach
done it.
or inlets too. Like going down an inlet and watching the school of fish literally corral them and stay on them. They'll follow those mullet, like you say, especially when the first few schools come through, and it would be like every snook in that city is there on that pod, and they will literally
Pull
move
off and
out
follow,
the inlet. The mullet come around the rocks, one of the sickest bites I was ever on, and then they'll freaking go down the beach, and those fish will stay on them, follow them, and feed till they're full.
I wonder if they're like, wait, where are we at?
Yeah.
They just get so focused on the mullet. They're like, oh wait,
we're in Palm Beach.
So it's pretty crazy, right? I was going back into some of the snook studies that I've looked at before. And I was chat GPTing a couple. I was running them through chat and all that. But there was one of the charts that I was looking at for the frequency. It was the acoustic telemetry study that they did when they were tracking the snook coming in and out of the inlets. And they were really trying to do that for the spawn to try to see how often and how many times they visit certain sites, and do fish from certain regions visit the same site. But the one thing that I overlooked the first time that I looked at it is when you're looking at the chart, they have, I think, like 6 or 7 consecutive years of data and charts. And out of the, like 5 out of the 7 months, they track the snook coming in and out of the inlet most in September. And then one other one in like October. It peaked.
Yeah.
Like up in
Camino Real.
it was like October. And further south is
Camino Real.
it was more like September. That they marked the most amount of times that the snook are. I'm not saying sitting in the inlet because we know in the spawn.
They're moving.
I wonder if that's those fish that go offshore even, and that's them starting to come back in.
Yeah.
Remember, it just pings it whenever that fish passes by.
Right.
Either way, whether
that-
in or out.
That fish could push out and then show back up and to stay inshore the rest of the winter, right?
But those fish, they mark them the most during, and it was to my surprise because I would think it was in the summertime. That was something that I overlooked, but it was really September and October more up north. That those fish are coming in and out. Now, they probably spend more time in the summer there, but that's how they figured out that not every snook spawns every single year, and there's different bodies of fish that spawn, and it was pretty cool to look at. And that's kind of going to the mullet run. That's the reason why they have to mark them. It's no other reason but them chasing those mullet in and out of the inlets, like we've seen a million times.
Yeah, I mean,
It's weird. What I've noticed this year, I haven't fished that much, but the fish I've caught, like around the mullet run, a lot of skinny fish.
yeah,
I noticed that this year. A lot of the fish are skinny.
Really?
They're not like fat, or at least the ones I've caught. Not super healthy or catching tons of fish with line coming out their mouth and hooks in their throat.
You told me about that.
More than I've ever seen.
I swear when these mullets showed up, they were scared to eat them. That's my theory on it. I swear snook are scared to eat big baits now. Or not always big baits, but
I know what I think happened is the mullet came kind of early.
yeah,
The snook, in the beginning of the spawn, we had that cold water push in.
Yep.
Delayed the spawn. I think they went an extra month later to spawn.
and we had that huge
And they
swell.
were still in spawn mode,
Yep.
a swell, and the mullet were here, but they weren't ready for them.
Yeah.
Like it's
I agree with that.
in their internal clock, it wasn't there yet.
Yeah, because
Why they weren't really on them?
yeah,
on the
even
first pods.
even when
Yeah. Which is
season opened,
weird.
yeah, even when season opened, it was still kind of like. I mean, you fished with me. It was.
Yeah, I was like, where the fuck are the snook?
Yeah.
Like there's a mullet here, should be going off.
One of the things I think about is, did that pod of fish move with the pod that came yesterday
right.
and just cleared out
Yeah.
and followed that shit out of the inlet? And then now you're there the second day, and it's like there's no more waves of fish coming from the bridges
It's
there.
just weird seeing
I
a
fit-
bridge and when you know mullet.
I
When
fit-
they start
I
seeing
know.
a couple mullet and you know they're just getting smoked and
Yeah.
And the first ones of the year.
Yeah.
But there was like a week of mullet coming through before that.
Yeah, and then I fished pretty much every night after the opener. And it was like a slow progression, though. And it was weird as they actually didn't want the incoming on that specific spot. And once the outgoing started getting into like where the outgoing started at night, they actually really started to key in on the mullet, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
And then ever since they started keying in on them, now they're feeding on them on both tides, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, opening night was a struggle.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a grind.
Yeah. You're catching them on like the shrimp and shit.
We were,
And there's mullet going through.
yeah.
The live shrimp.
Yeah. It was funny because last night I saw the same thing.
Yeah.
I was the night before with Bobby. Mullet, like how you saw in the video, fucking everywhere. And there's this one snook down current in the light. The shadow line's right here. He's in the light. And he's sitting there, mullet going over his head, fucking jumping, popping, and he's picking off little shrimp. I swear to he's sitting there like 3 feet underneath the water, and you'll see a little shrimp come up, skip, jump, and he comes up trying to eat it, and like there's hundreds of mullet above his head, and he doesn't give a fuck about the mullet.
It did it last night,
usually
too.
the opposite.
Same snook was there last night doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And it's I always wonder like what happened to that snook. Did that snook get caught on a mullet a year before or a couple
You're
weeks?
paranoid.
I don't know. You think they get full or of like a certain type of bait?
That's what I said.
It's I don't know. That thing's there eating shrimp that's fucking big. Like
Well, the rule of thumb is usually they want to expend as little energy as possible to get the most bang for their buck. And that's why snook will eat a 15-inch mullet.
well, I think
sometimes.
snook are a lot like people, just like how we all find our ways through life.
Yeah.
Where we know certain people do certain things for work. They're good at certain things. I think a snook finds a way to feed. They're good at it. They know how to do it, and they do it the rest of their life. Some snook, you go in an inlet, heavy current, catch them. Thing looks like a bowling ball. That thing has that shit dialed down to the T.
They figured it out.
You're still thinking about that fish from up north.
Yeah,
Brandon caught the fattest 36-incher of his
dude,
life.
look deformed.
Yeah.
If I would have got a ruler and put it over the top half of them, you would have thought that thing was like 40 inches,
Yeah.
42 inches, and then
It was
you take it away and it's like thing was like you squashed it.
That's hilarious.
It was
Fucking
a
insane.
unit.
Yeah.
I'll see it in a couple of years.
Caleb goes, "This is what a baby 30 pounder looks like." But I think snook find a way that they're good at, feed a certain way, and they stick to it. It's you see, go in the back and snook's there eating glass minnows and shit, and I think they'll find 2 or 3 ways to feed and stick with it. The ones that are really good at it are the ones that get healthy and fat and could survive.
And get really good at eating big baits. You got to feed that. And you've seen it, like the biggest of the biggest.
I haven't found a bait big enough.
Yeah.
I'll come up with a bait and he's like, yeah, that shit's badass. Can you make it 13 inches?
No, there's definitely a time for those big baits, but there's also time for the 3-inch bait.
Look at Sarah. Sarah smoked a fucking unit on that 3.75 inch straight tail.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Right when they dropped you off.
Yep.
And then the setup and the whole thing, the 3/4 ounce, no current, like the whole situation
just happened to pick up my phone and start recording. Like, cause she hooked up. It was daytime, you know. I was like, oh, let me just film this. And she's like, it's a big one. I'm like, I think you got a catfish or something, you know. I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I'm still to this day. I'm like, I think back on that and I'm like, but that's where we're wrong. We get so stuck in our ways. And I never in a million years
would have thrown that.
She was throwing a 3.75 on a 3/4 head on a 40 to 80 rod.
Yeah.
With
On a big bait caster.
On a big bait caster, and there was no current.
Yeah.
45
inch or
fish.
30 plus pounder unit.
Yeah. That's where it's just the reactionary
gets
bite.
stuck.
That was
Yeah.
a reactionary bite.
Oh, it was.
There's
yeah.
nothing about what was going on there. The fish was sitting there. There's no current.
It's-
A quick thing just went like from here to here, and he felt it.
Instinct, yeah.
Yeah, and those fish.
What is this?
Yeah, those fish. Brandon's been in there with me before, and I mark them there all the time.
Yeah.
And it's always like 10 fish, and they're all just the biggest marks. And never have I ever got a bite there.
Yep.
She was the first one to catch fish
Yep.
on
Crazy.
that bait. It was nuts.
And what's the rule? Do something different.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jose would go there and catch him. I know he would. He's always got some oddball, something he's throwing.
Hey, Big Mullet's making a comeback, baby.
Yeah. He did. He smoked us on that big mullet that night.
did.
Yeah. Put one in our face.
It's
Doing
trying
something different.
bro.
Yeah.
Trying something different.
Yep.
Nobody has a secret recipe. That's for sure.
But you guys said one of the biggest fish you guys have ever seen caught was on the little mullet on a jig head.
Oh,
Yeah, from in Miami. Fucking unit.
Yeah.
Who's the kid's name?
That was
Give him a shout
three,
out.
I
What's
don't
his
remember.
name?
Like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
That he, like 4 years ago, he sent us a picture.
In Miami, in a span, a snook that was in the light in a span. Like, you don't understand how hard those snook are to catch.
And-
in Miami, in a span.
And
That's
one of the
like
biggest ones
The
I've ever
hardest of
seen.
the hardest.
Laying on the ruler, butterball, like fat on both sides, 46.
Fucking unit.
No kidding.
Unit.
Dude, crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, unit.
Like, I would have loved to have seen that eat, like on the light.
It was probably a fast, like, just
Reaction.
skipping by, just bunk.
Reactionary.
Yep.
I fished that big mullet on the jig head since that night, and you are right. It's so weird. The taps when that thing does hit bottom because it glides. It's just
So light.
it's like a little tick.
Yeah, because it's coming to you.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's like planing.
It's
like
not
fluttering.
wanting to hit bottom.
Right.
It's almost like
Yeah. You can almost feel it. Like instead of it going down, you can feel it just kind of like
Yeah.
swoop.
100%.
Swoop. Yeah.
You're just like picking up slack the whole time.
Yeah.
Just like,
yeah, and you feel it. You're sweeping, like against the current. He's sweeping, and you're just like, I gotta be up. And you just bring your rod tip down just a little bit, and you're on bottom. And then you just pick it up, and she just keeps sliding like 6 inches off the bottom.
I mean, it's essentially just a big chunky straight tail at that point.
yeah.
It's deadly.
That wants to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it stays up higher.
That wants to float
Yep.
in the water column, and
You could crank, when you crank it, it'll come up.
Yeah.
Straight
Or
tail,
just
you'll
even
crank
hold
it, it'll kind of like stay horizontal.
or even holding it. She wants to come up just a little tiny bit. It's
I know the one night that I was in the inlet up north, I was getting them on it just right in their face with that thing,
Dead on.
dead on, and they were just smoking it because those fish,
Damn.
you know, they get funky on a swing there. So it's like a lot
yeah.
of times you got to bring stuff out their face. It was lights out one night.
damn.
I was like, Jose would be laughing right now. I know he would.
Dude, doing things different.
Yeah.
Like the bite that you got on and figuring out like that the little 4-inch KTail.
Yeah,
That was one of the biggest fish I seen caught. What, last year or the year before?
2 years ago.
2 years. Yeah.
2 years ago. That was a freaking unit in our backyard where we've been fishing the whole summer. And then you're like, yeah, I was just sweeping against the current, bringing in the 1 ounce.
1 ounce, yeah.
1 ounce against the current, and like the craziest current situation.
I think thumps so hard with the 1 ounce.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Different vibration in the water.
Mini
just-
mullet on the 1 ounce jig head. Caleb caught one of the biggest
KTail.
fish.
K-tail.
KTail.
I'm sorry. On the KTail, 4-inch KTail. I mean, a 30+ pounder all day.
Even that, I remember that night. I think it was when you poured me a couple solid ones because I started figuring it out, like without the slit. And I was cutting them and obviously putting the jig head in them. And Ryan was with me. And I hit like 5 fish in a row. And Ryan's just like, what is going on? I'm like, don't worry about it. You don't want it. You don't even want to know. Because I only have like 5 of these right now. And I'm not going to get more for a while. So like, you don't even want to know about this right now.
Oh, man.
That was whenever before they were out. That was when that was.
Yeah, yeah.
That summer they came out.
And we did play around with them. I had never fished them on a 3/4 ounce or something heavy.
Yeah.
We were fishing them when
Like
we
half
went.
ounce, 3/8.
No, not even when we
For
went.
redfish, like 1/4 ounce, 1/8 ounce.
Yep.
I think that's what gave me the idea. Is
And
what
that
you
was
guys-
fire.
Bro, the
Like,
redfish and trout were smoking.
the trout
that thing.
were. That's
Looks like a little mud mill.
that's what they
on the
wanted.
bottom.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they wanted. But just doing shit outside the box, something different. That proved to work. Little mullet, the big mullet, all on jig heads. The 7-inch K-tail, the 9-inch K-tail. How we've been smoking them. That's just completely different.
I still didn't try that 9-inch for snook this summer. Even after red fishing with it. I'm like,
Yeah, I haven't fished the 9-inch on a jig head a lot.
I was gonna say whenever I did it for like a couple places that we fished at, and I didn't get a bite. But I did it twice.
situational.
I did it
100%.
twice. Like
Well, I told B the other night.
swam nice.
Me and Sarah were in the boat. We were catching them good, and these kids walked up on the bridge,
Oh, yeah.
and we were throwing mini mullets, little mullets. Snook they were real finicky. This guy walked up on the bridge. I don't know if he listens to this, but I'm sure he does because
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
watching us catch them, and I watched him. He got on top of the bridge, high bridge now, throwing the 9-inch K-tail in front of our face, just smoking fish right in front of us.
When was it this?
Like not even a week ago.
When you guys went snapper fishing that night.
Oh.
Yeah. He was doing the K-tail, and from the top of the bridge, I could tell he couldn't get it to go down. So it was kind of doing the on top weight
Yeah.
thing in my face, just
Yeah.
smoking them.
Whoever that is,
Yeah.
shout us out. I'll send you a big box of 9-inch K-tails. It's hard
deserve
to
it.
impress that guy.
Yeah. But same ordeal, though. Like, I wouldn't even think to throw that.
We need proof. You need to tell us where you were at
Yeah.
and where you were fishing at.
Last year, Bobby was smoking him off the bridge on the 5-inch K-tail.
Was he?
Weightless, no weight, and just casting it, letting it go under, just holding it. Boom. He said you'll hear him popping and fucking boom. Because it's just staying there right on top, just tail still kicking.
No, there's something to the smaller, like when they're stuck on smaller baits, you can still sometimes get that bite on that big bait.
100%.
That drawing power of that big bait, will sometimes do it.
Of
Yep.
course.
Yeah.
If they think that bait is slipping.
And I've seen it the opposite, where all big shit, and you throw that little thing through there, and that big one just like.
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
We've seen that. So
But you gotta see that.
Brandon just does that to us every time we go out.
Yeah, he does.
Bobby did it to me last night. We were throwing the 5s and the 7s and shit. He's like, "You think they'll eat the mini?" I'm like, "Try it." Second cast, poof, caught a 41-incher.
Damn.
Broke back. Thing was ugly as shit.
Mullet Run. Guys, you guys got to get out there.
Best time of the year.
I love
Never
it.
know when it's happening. You could get on one of the most epic bites all by yourself, or something that is never going to be replicated in that place again. Some of our sickest nights has happened on the Mullet Run. We do the whole thing too. You could chase them on the beach. A lot of times that's tarpon. I mean, we grew up doing that, getting Ubered, picked up, dropped off, chasing the mullet pod for 7-8 miles. Now you guys have drones and all that and make it easy to find them. I used to go lifeguard station to lifeguard station, asking, "Hey, you seen mullet come by?" "All right, no." Drive 10 miles north. "Hey, you seen mullet come by?" Like, drive 10 miles north.
That's actually really smart. Lifeguards see it.
They're the first ones. Well, that was no drones back then. Just chasing them, and then when you find a pod, park wherever you find that pod, you could chase them for half the day, the whole day
Miles.
down
You
the
gotta
beach.
walk all the way back.
I've caught myself like 7-8 miles away from where I started.
and you're like, "Fuck, gotta walk all the way back."
One of
no fucking Uber.
One of the best bites of your life, you tell me all the time, was that
Yeah, let's hear it again.
I love the story. I love the story.
Go, let's hear it again.
Yeah.
I mean,
how many
It sound like some fucking epic shit.
How many overslots was it that day?
it was not fair. It was. Yeah, I don't even want to.
Well, that's the reason. Like,
but you could
inlet fishing during the mullet run. I do not like to fish it by the boat at all.
Yeah,
and it's for that reason.
Fish are tight.
So I saw the mullet pod, and it doesn't matter where, because at the end of the day,
like one day they're here, the next day they're not.
But regardless, saw them on the north side of Camino Real. I called everybody up. I'm like, dude, I'm sending it. You want to go?
He called me. I'm
wanna
like,
go?
nah,
no,
I'm all right.
No. Everybody told me no. I'm like, all right, I'm out. Headed out. No shit. I swear to God, I park. It's like a 15, 20-minute walk to get to the rocks. As I'm pulling, like I'm walking up to the rocks, I look down and I see the pod like coming out. Like it's incoming. And they're
perfect.
Dude, every single big snook in that entire city was on that pod. It was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. I was on that pod. It probably took about 2.5, 3 hours to go around the tip of the jetty. And I was just there every sight casting the snook. Like they wanted it.
Ambushing them on the rocks.
Literally and at the time we were fishing spool techs. This was freaking million years ago. When that spool tech's head hit the rock, that's when they were eating it.
No kidding.
Like literally when you run out of room, and you could just, and not even, there was some that were deep down, like they were just pitching at them.
You were snagging a rock or catching a 40.
It was the dumb. No, they were all on top. You just flick it in their face.
Yeah.
It was just the dumbest school of fish, and they had a nice like 1 to 3 feet of just open space between the rocks and the mullet. And if you were to bring a bait there and
that's it, it's done.
There,
yeah,
it was just automatic. And I chased them, and finally when they got like to the tip, that's when the megapod got on them. And bro, you would look down and there was 40, 50 giant fish at all times when you were looking down. And there was like 4 boats like set up all around the tip of the inlet, and they couldn't get their mullet because they
you can't get it close enough.
Foot off the rock, and it was just they're like, "What are you throwing? What are you doing over there?" It was sick. I didn't take water. I was like dying. I had to get a boat to throw me a bottle of water. If not, I would have died. Like,
imagine being in a boat watching a guy just stroking him, and he's like, "Yo, can I get a water?"
Line frayed, like probably 15 fish over 40. Line frayed, like from just taking me in the rocks and then just cutting off, grabbing more line leader.
That's sick.
It was the dumbest, and it was just because I saw the pod on the north side, and I'm like, let me go, and it just happened to be like the magic pod where all the big fish. Because how many times have we done that and
It'd be
just
smaller fish. Yeah.
smaller fish or jacks or sharks or not even snook or tarpon or whatever, but that was the pod. And we've seen it out fishing before. When we're at the bridge and it's the mullet run and they're all big fish, and then they're all slots and like the different class of fish.
Yeah, different spots on the bridge will be different classes of fish.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But that pod I was on were all big mullet, like 8 to 10 inch mullet, all of them. And there wasn't a small fish there.
And those for you, like we've all seen it, where those first couple pods start coming through, like the first couple pods, those fish sometimes lose their fucking mind, and it's like
cartwheeling.
Yeah, they're like they're here, and they're just fucking. It's like us starving and going to a buffet, and it's like, let's fucking eat.
That's what we were looking forward to this year. But you're telling me like it never really happened like that.
The last couple of nights it's been fucking happening. But
I think it's going to be a really good run too. I mean,
it sounds like there's a lot of mullet coming.
Yeah, yesterday we got a report of a 3-mile bait pod coming while we're going to be gone.
Dang.
3-mile bait pod.
Well, we're going to be in we're going to be somewhere
else.
Oh,
we're going to be somewhere else trying to catch the biggest fucking snook you've ever caught. God damn, I'm so mad.
Last night I was with Brandon, and that he caught his slot. My slot flopped off the deck, and I'm like, I'm going to be in Costa Rica all week thinking about that slot. And I was like, oh, wait.
Oh, hold on. We're going tonight.
We're going tonight. I can kill another one.
Yeah, and we are going to Parismina, Costa Rica. It's on the Caribbean side. There's 4 or 5 IGFA world record snook that have come out of there. It's like a little fishing village where you have to get there by boat through the river in the jungle.
2-hour boat ride, right? That's what they're saying.
I think it's a short one.
Oh,
But still,
the boat ride short. The drive there is long.
the drive there is long.
Sick.
But still, you could only fly or get there by boat. It's
Better
pretty
bring
sick.
some bug spray because they're gonna fucking smoke your ass.
Dude.
They're gonna be like, look at this chicharron.
I got that blood. I got that blood. Yeah, 100% DEET coming in my bag.
He's gonna be bathing in that shit.
For sure.
I didn't think about
Drinking
that.
it. He's gonna be drinking this shit.
My dumb ass is going to forget. Yeah, by the way, we leave tomorrow morning. I have not. Well, we got all our fishing shit ready. I haven't
We got
gotten
the important
anything else
stuff done.
ready.
Yeah.
Nothing else done. No packing. Just the fishing stuff.
2-day fishing tournament. Jose's just going to go have fun the whole time.
I'm
He's gonna
scouting.
He's going to cut it up with the locals. I know he is.
I'm scouting for our return trip.
Yeah. And then we're gonna try to fuck some shit up.
Yeah, go back for like a week.
I just want to know what's gonna happen when one of us catches a 50-pounder. Like, are you still gonna be fucking crazy about snook fishing when you come back here?
Yeah.
Or is there what? The
Or you're
red
just gonna
fish
turn
thing
into
gonna
golfing?
happen?
You're just gonna keep start golfing like Jose does.
He had to go there, didn't he? And Brandon asked me last
Caleb,
night.
do
he's
not
like, he's like,
not
"Are
catch a big snook and start golfing, please.
I still caught a bigger one than you this year.
You, ooh.
Than me?
Yeah,
Probably did. Did you?
I didn't, but you saw how I had him nervous.
I was literally thinking, when the fuck have you fished?
I did catch a big one. Bigger redfish than you, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think you caught a snook in the last couple months.
When was the last time?
He's thinking.
Sebastian, when I smoked your ass on the 8-inch straight tail,
Caught one
fucking
fish
mullet
on it,
with the
dude.
8-inch mullet. I'm just saying,
caught one fish.
dude. You're like,
He caught one fish.
The
that
last
night.
time I went fishing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in your face. Every night's different. Sometimes there's too much mullet. Sometimes you can't find the mullet.
Yeah.
You know, you just missed them, whatever the case may be. But that's one of the things about the mullet run is you just got to be out there, and you never know when. You know, you could kind of find out here, where the mullet are they?
And move. Like, go to a spot, look around, look
Yeah.
this side of the bridge, that side of the bridge. They're not there. Get in your car, move again.
Inlets at sundown. A
Yep.
lot of those beach mullet pushing the inlets at night.
Yep.
Check your bridges. They like to come to lights.
Yep. Daybreak, they could be going out of the inlet and the shit's just going freaking ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of our sickest bites.
End of tides though. End of tides. Daybreak. Dusk. I mean,
Yep. And you're going to see those
And
fish.
every single bridge.
yeah.
And it's like all the other scenarios we fish. One tide's going to be a lot better than the other.
Yeah.
And they'll favor that one tide.
Once the mullet get to you, don't sleep on the backwater bridges way far back. Like
Yeah.
those mullet tuck up in there for a little while. They come back out. Like some of the biggest fish are back there.
Yep.
And no matter where you are, from north to south.
Yep.
You can learn a lot about bridges this time of year too. I
Yeah.
mean, those fish kind of expose themselves this
They
time of
do.
year.
They get
time.
dumb.
Yeah.
Well, they let you know where they like to favor.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. If there's mullet swimming underneath there, you're going to hear.
Rod and reel setups for the mullet run.
Okay.
Like last night, I was throwing on for mini mullet, little mullet, 5-inch KTail. I was fishing a rod we've been working on, 8-foot rod, medium heavy. Not gonna say it, but that I honestly like that one rod better for mullets and topwater shit than the other rod, and it's has a little bit more backbone. You set the hook and it's boom loaded up right away.
Yeah.
If it doesn't shut off, and you don't have
It
that,
needs to have that quick shut off.
Yeah.
really.
I mean, mullet run. I like an 8-foot rod, 5,000 size reel. You can about do everything. With
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
You can
You were
throw-
throwing the 7-inch with it last night.
that. Yeah. You
With
can,
the what rod?
I was throwing the 17 to 40.
Yeah.
Oh, the St. Croix
Yeah.
tournament legend.
Which has that backbone. Pump,
Yeah.
shuts
that
off
rod is
quick.
badass.
Yeah.
That rod is sick.
Yep.
You can do that rod though. Kind of
5-inch, 7-inch.
yeah. Once you get to the little mullet,
Mini,
with that rod,
it's,
you can't.
yeah, you can't finesse it.
You shouldn't.
That's why, like tonight, I grabbed that Legend inshore. That way, I have that for
oh,
5 and
see, he's already trying to get an upper hand on me.
I see that.
5 inch. I have that rod for 5-inch, other rod for 4-inch shit.
And then sometimes when we're throwing The 7-inch with the bait casters.
Yeah, I like that on the bait caster.
I've smoked them on the bait caster,
Yep.
and even the 5-inch with the 8-foot. Like,
Yeah.
I've had no problems. Sometimes getting it out far enough.
Yeah.
With the bigger reel with 65-pound test, that's a little
Which
challenge.
I don't like making those really far casts.
It's hard to drive that hook.
Hard to drive the hook.
for
You're
you guys.
shadow line fishing, your line's like laying in the water, so you're hitting the fish with your line before they even see the lure. So I like making short casts. That makes
that's another crazy thing, man. Like fishing with people that don't. There's a way to preserve fish when you're fishing the shadow line fish, and that's something. That's a whole nother topic. I don't mean to get off topic. But
No,
Lewis
it's
showed
part
me
of-
that. Like,
Yeah.
I fished with somebody the other night, and I mean, when I get up somewhere and I have 4 or 5 fish in front of me, I start with something that one isn't going to spook them.
Yeah.
You get up something that doesn't know what they're doing, those fish are gone within a cast or two.
100%.
I mean, and you can sit there and work on those fish if you know what you're doing, but man, like you said, line lay in the water, they feel it. Some fish are just so spooky. If they see something they don't like, they're not coming back up. That's
100%.
yeah. There's something to that. Obviously.
It's different between getting 15 bites a night or getting 2 bites a night.
keeping the little mullet right on top. Like so many nights where if you're just subsurface a freaking inch, they won't eat it. They want that shit waking on top no matter what.
Yep. And some nights they'll follow it.
Yeah.
I love the nights where you
That's
pull
what I was about to say. That's a good tip. Is fish deep into the shadow.
7-8 feet past in the dark.
That's the one thing that kid was doing with the 9-inch KTail, whoever you were. Is I was watching him. He would give the shadow line a chance, and that was it. He was reeling it up. And that night, Sarah actually kind of figured it out. They wanted it like 5 feet back.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's them following it, and then they decide to
Bro,
eat.
I've literally seen them. I've seen them go like your lure's going this way. They're like this. They'll go like this and go follow it back. Yeah. Boom, and bust it right there.
And I think remember the one last night. It was like a different kind of eat. It wasn't a thump. It was like the fish lunge. You saw my rod. My rod went like this, like almost like a jack bite or something. And I think that fish actually turned around in current and fed backwards.
Towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Oh yeah, a lot. They'll see it. Whoa, they'll see it. Turn around, follow it. Boom.
Brandon's fired up.
No,
I'm
and
ready.
that's
I'm
a
ready.
good. That's a really sick
gotta go
bite
like
because
right
that
now.
fish
What
has
time is
to.
He's hitting his headphones and he's all monster.
We have 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What do we got? 42.
I'm ready, dude. I'm fucking ready.
We're good.
Oh, jacked up on monster.
I got some clips for you.
What does he have? A yo-yo?
Guitar.
Cuban yo-yo?
What? He's reeling in his guitar.
He's like that guy in Sebastian. Have you seen him? He catches the fish on the boat paddle and stuff.
No.
Oh,
Oh, I think I did see that.
Yeah. There's a guy here in Florida doing stuff like this now.
Interesting. Anything for views.
Oh yeah. I see him. Should be Snook. Should say Snook.
Yeah.
Fish
That dude's a champ. Then he gets hit.
crazy.
Then he gets hit by the ribbon fish and gets spooled.
Oh, I think this is in the Keys and that where they used to feed them. Look at that thing.
Things like a dinosaur.
That's
Thing's
Australia.
huge.
No, those are
Oh, it is also.
damn
Oh my god,
extreme tides.
crazy! Damn, that's low.
Holy shit. Oh, this was great.
I haven't seen this one.
I don't.
No?
I don't remember this one.
Bro, look at the rod goes in his arm. It like stabbed him in his arm.
Oh, graphite and stuff.
Watch. And he just throws the rod in the water. Look at his arm.
Oh my god! Oh,
And the captain's like, "Did you just throw my rod in the water?" It's like, motherfucker, I just got fucking
Oh,
penetrated.
pieces are still in there right now.
100%.
Not only will it be attractive to tune,
Gonna tie a jig.
should be excellent shark lures.
He's gonna tie a jig.
I call this
Oh, that thing's gonna look nasty in the water.
That's cool.
with dog.
You gotta call Ben.
Remember that bear hair?
Ben.
What did you tie that head on? Bear hair.
Billy and the bear hair jig.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's a good fish.
Oh,
AI.
oh, I saw this.
This
I was
is,
gonna send it to Jose.
These are all the boats watching Jose catch the 40 inches from the jetty.
That was
That's
great.
crazy.
Y'all don't pull.
Yeah. No, you know that's us pulling up to the shadow line.
Yeah.
And getting ready to spot out a giant.
Bro, it was hot last night. That's exactly what I felt like last night. I swear to God.
No NLBN left behind.
Anything for an NLBN.
Oh, that kid
You
needs a
got
box.
it.
He needs
You
a
got
box.
it.
Yeah. Oh.
See ya.
Shit. God, those things are so strong.
Oh, and it broke off.
yeah.
Well, with that hook set.
And then a little RIP
Oh
because
my God.
The man.
Legend. Flip palette. Crazy.
Did you guys grow up watching him? Obviously.
Every Sunday morning.
Sunday.
Walker's Caves Chronicles. Like,
The coolest thing was we were in Bagel Break in Stewart, Florida one morning after snook fishing all night. Delirious. And this guy walks in and I'm like,
Is that flip?
that looks like Flip Pallet. But what is he doing in Stewart? You know, at a little bagel shop. He turned around and right there on his leather belt, it said Flip on the back. I'm like, that's Flip Pallet. I couldn't believe it. And me and Sarah, yeah, that was our flip story.
That's cool.
That's cool.
I remember
True legend.
I was young. I was like 15 years old. My dad took me to some fishing convention down in Fort Lauderdale, and he was there. And we talked to him. Guy got a hat signed by him and stuff. That's
cool.
Still got the hat.
that's sick.
Super cool.
Just an
Yeah.
all around
Legend.
outdoorsman.
No, but his stories, the way he would do a show and just tell one of the most beautiful, poetic stories. Like, at least back in the day, that was awesome. I would watch it. I wouldn't even care really for the fly fishing side of it, but just watching him
Yeah, his love.
tell the story.
His
it
love
was-
for all the outdoors.
It was dope. All right, guys, got some cool stuff in store. We got some awesome videos to share with you guys coming up. Some really cool adventures. And just want to thank you guys for being part of the NLBN family, for supporting us, for sticking through, watching this. Hopefully you got a lot out of the video. We're kind of, peeling back the curtain a little bit on what we love to do. Mullet run fishing. I mean, passionate about it. We made lures over it. This is like our Super Bowl time. I would tell the wife, like, the mullet are here. Like, this is, I don't watch football. I don't watch soccer. I don't do anything. I don't ask for anything, but just leave me alone when the mullet are here. It's one of our favorite times of the year to fish. And I hope this episode was informative. I hope you guys got something from it, and hope to see you guys on the next one.
I'm ready to go tonight.
The mullet or mullet.
Yeah, these guys are hype.
We're going tonight.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next time. Appreciate it. Much love. And
Later.
thank you, guys. Smoked.
Dong.